Ranking my school grades from worst to best by experience. What this means is that I'll be going all the way from pre-K all the way to 12th grade, and I'll be talking about my experiences with them. I don't know every exact experience, especially when I was a younger kid, but I'll try to get the best experience as possible and like what I liked about that grade and like the disadvantages of that grade, and then I'll be ranking them on how bad they were, how mid they was, or how good they was. So if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And please make sure to comment down below what was your favorite school grade, what was your worst. And without further ado, let's get into the video, guys. Alright guys, starting things off, we're going to be starting with pre-K. Pre-K is the first grade you get into once you first start your school. And pre-K for me as experience, it was fun. I could just say it was fun. It was good, you know. I don't think I ever had an issue the way I remember it. That I was mostly just a chill kid. Like, you know, all we did was eat things. We slept most of the time when the teacher read us bedtime stories. And, you know, all we did was pretty much play. So yeah, pre-K, I'm gonna get pre-K probably like in a good tab since I don't know if I have any cons or not. But other than that, pre-K is really good. Alright guys, that's pre-K. Now on to kindergarten. Oh boy. Kindergarten, it's kind of hard to remember the experience. I can remember it as being pre-K, but like it was a little like that's when we actually started to do work and stuff. But other than that, I can say pre-K was pretty good too. Well, not pre-K, I mean kindergarten was a pretty good grade. Like I don't think I ever had a issue experience, you know. Pretty much we just, you know, do things like a kindergarten does, you know. They go outside for recess and stuff. So I'm also going to be putting kindergarten tab in a good tab because I exactly don't know my whole experience with kindergarten, but other than that, good. Okay guys, first grade. First grade is probably the same thing as kindergarten and pre-K. I don't remember my experience as much. I do remember going to after school program, but other than that, I don't know my first grade experience as well. So the best way to put this is that I am looking around my room and I see a lot of rewards that I got from first grade in terms of student of the month, meaning that I was a good kid in first grade and that, you know, pretty much I was just a chill kid most of the time in first grade. So for first grade, I'm gonna give it probably the best grade ever because I remember the high school program and that first grade used to be really fun and that I had a lot of friends and that, you know, it was just pretty much chill. So yeah, first grade is gonna be getting the best grade ever rank. And now on to second grade. Oh boy, this is when I started acting like a little more badder. So in terms of second grade, I did get in a lot of trouble. I do remember getting in trouble a lot. There was a time where I got in trouble for, I don't know why my stupid ass done this, but I got in trouble for unfortunately writing fuck you on the paper. And I fucking showed it to somebody in class. And I got in trouble for that. Well, I meant to say it to like one of my classmates because like, I remember it, the way I remember it was that he was talking a lot of mess to me. I don't know what exactly he was saying. I could say it like, I don't know what it was, but I know he was talking mess. And then like, I didn't say like the F word directly to him. I wrote it like on a piece of paper, crumbled it up, threw it in the trash, and then told him not to look in the trash. My dumbass. And then after he looked in the trash, he saw the crumbled paper. He told the teacher on me. I went to the principal's office. I got my ass in huge trouble. And then I also got in trouble by, I don't know what it was, but I remember this like teacher. This teacher, he had like red vein eyes, would like scare the shit out of me because like, you know, like the teachers will always send it to him because like then like every time you get in trouble, that teacher will just give you the death stare and like he has like red veins in his eyes and shit. That kind of like creeped me out in second grade. But like, you know, other than that, you know, and I remember in second grade too, we had a fun fair and shit. But like, you know, in terms of getting in trouble and shit, you know, I went to the field trip in second grade. I think either it was the beach. No, I don't even think it was the beach. I think it was the aquarium. Either we went to the aquarium or it was the beach. We went to one of those two for a field trip. But yeah, other than the field trip and getting in trouble and stuff, I'm gonna give second grade a could have been better, you know. If I probably didn't get in trouble second grade, probably could have gone better. But yeah, that's second grade. Alright guys, now we are on third grade. Oh boy, I do remember third grade a lot. So, it's gonna be two different experiences guys, cause let's start off with the LA. So, you know, I used to live back in LA, like when I was you know, I did pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and some of third grade in LA. And after that, I moved somewhere else and finished the other third grade. And it was like, how do I say this? You know, I moved to like a small town in 3rd grade, and after that, you know, I started school like somewhere like in February of 2000. God, it's hard to say. I believe it was 2013 is when we moved from Los Angeles, because like, you know, I did my years in Los Angeles and then I moved to this hometown in 3rd grade. And then, you know, I kind of missed LA a lot. But, you know, 3rd grade, you know, we're going to start off with the LA experience. So LA experience in 3rd grade, you know, I was still a bad kid, but a little more worse than 2nd grade. And I'm being completely honest here, you know, it was August mostly to like December. So I only did school in LA for like 4 months. But put it this way was that, you know, the teacher I had, her name was Mrs. Boylan. I don't know, like, I can't experience like how nice or how mean she was most of the time. Like, I remember like if you was a good kid, she'll like buy you McDonald's and shit. But the reason why I didn't care was because I didn't like McDonald's as much last time. It's like she was always getting just cheeseburgers, and I'm like, man, I don't even like cheese like that. So I was like, you know, I didn't really care. And then like, you know, you always had breakfast, and then like you did like your assignments and stuff, and then like, you know, we did this little like circle thing. I don't know what you call it, but it's like where you go to one corner, you do reading, you go to the other corner, you go on computers, you go to the other corner to like there was reading, there was computer, there was playing games. Another one, I forgot what it was, but like you could only get on the computers if you was a good kid, and like you could go on there and play games for about 30 minutes, and then like you would switch. And then, you know, after that, you know, we went on winter break, and then I moved to this small town, and then I finished the rest of the 3rd grade there. That's where I met most of my friends I have today. I remember most of like 3-4 friends that I met in 3rd grade and I still know today. And that my experience with them and that with 3rd grade, you know, my teacher was a little nicer, and the new town that I had, you know, I had more friends. Everyone was making me feel welcome. But then at the same time, there was this guy, his name was Danye, and me and him used to fuck around a lot. You know, what I mean by that is that we was like the 2 baddest kids in the class. Like, we'll always like talk over the teacher, and like we will always like run around the classroom and shit. And this is from completely honesty. But, you know, we'll always get our moms called and shit, and then, you know, it was crazy. And that's the way I remember 3rd grade, was that, you know, I was also a bad kid in that 3rd grade. You know, we did go on a field trip to the California Science Center. That's in LA. And I love that experience. That field trip in 3rd grade to the California Science Center was really, really, you know, it was good. But I remember one of the buses breaking down. I don't know if that was 3rd grade, 6th grade, because 6th grade we also went to the California Science Center. And we went there in 3rd grade too. But I know on the way back home, one of the buses broke down, which was crazy. But, you know, and then like it took us like a whole hour and a half to get home, which was crazy. But other than that, you know, I went through 3rd grade passively fine. You know, I met a lot of good people, a lot of good friends. You know, I only had one teacher, because once you're in elementary school, you only have like one main teacher. So in 3rd grade, I'm gonna give it a I didn't exactly hate the grade, but I'm gonna give it the same way as 3rd grade. So yeah, that's gonna be 3rd grade, and 2nd grade both I could have been better. So guys, let me know what you think. Alright guys, that's 3rd grade. Now on to 4th grade. 4th grade was probably the same as 3rd grade. You know, some of my friends I saw in 3rd grade was also in my 4th grade class. You know, we went to another school. It wasn't the same school we went to 3rd grade. It was another school, but it was in the same town. But as the way I remember it, you know, I had a really nice teacher. His name was Mr. Hutchinson. He was really nice. You know, he was always giving us like treats and shit if he was like really good kids. And then I could say that in 4th grade I improved a little bit more in 3rd grade, but I was still also kind of bad. You know, the same kid Danye, we was bad in his class. You know, you know, we was messing around 3rd grade, we was messing around in 4th grade, and that we was always getting in trouble. You know, that, you know, I really didn't care, because you know I was younger, so like I don't know, but you know that I matured a lot. But the way I see it is that in 4th grade, you know, it's really hard to explain the experience because it was so long ago. It was like right after 3rd grade, and then the only thing I can remember was that we did not go on any field trips. I don't remember that. I don't remember any field trips. I don't remember any fights either. Like, you know, it was just 4th grade was pretty chill. You know, I had fun in 4th grade. You know, had my first kiss in 4th grade. You know, it was fun. So I'm going to give 4th grade a 50-50 just because I don't exactly know my cons of 4th grade. But other than that, 4th grade is 50%. It was 50% good and 50% bad. You know, the only con I don't... Oh, God. Guys, I'm really sorry. I just don't know how to explain this, but I'm just gonna keep 4th grade right here for now. But if you think I could have put it up like above, just let me know down in the comment. Okay, guys, now we are on to the next grade, which is 5th grade. In terms of 5th grade, it was probably the second worst grade. Like I said, I only have a couple of pros and a couple cons. The worst cons of 5th grade is that I had a horrible teacher, I had a horrible aide, and that I got to a lot of fights. Not too much fights, I only got to like 2 fights, but I never got suspended, so it was never my fault. I got yelled at by one of the teachers because unfortunately she got hit with a soccer ball, and then I asked her nicely she's okay, and she yelled at me, was like, "Hey, leave me alone." I'm like, man, I was just checking up on you. I was a really sensitive boy back in 5th grade. So like I walked around the school and I was like, damn girl, calm down. And then I went inside the cafeteria and then, I just started crying to the janitor because, me and the janitor had like a really good bond. I don't know why, but I love being friends with the janitor. He'll always talk to me while I was eating in the cafeteria. And then like, I told him that, oh, Miss Angie, she yelled at me because she got hit with a soccer ball in the head, and that I asked if she was okay. But we don't talk about that. So yeah, that was most of the cons of 5th grade. But the only pro I really have was like summer school. So guys, this is the experience of my first crush. If you guys don't want to hear this, just skip to the next chapter. But this is the experience of my crush. But the experience with my crush, the way I put it, I go to summer school. I meet my friend Kiana there. It was 2 weeks left for summer school, and then Kiana introduces me to her new friend called Grace. And then next thing you know, me and Grace becomes friends, right? So, I like Grace. She was really cute. She was funny. She was smart. And then, I told my friends about it, and then my friends was like, "You should just ask her out." Then I'm like, "I can't ask her out because good girls like that are hard to get." So, I just kept back my distance. I kept being friends with her. One day in the cafeteria, she came up to me, she gave me a hug, asked how I was doing. Same old, like every day. And then like she asked if I wanted to hang out the playground. It was recess. It was either recess or lunch when this happened. So like recess you get snacks, and then like lunch you get lunch. And then I think it was recess because I don't remember like it was really early in the morning. It wasn't lunch because lunch was normally like around 11 a.m. like 11:30 a.m. because we didn't go home till like 1 p.m. most of the time. But me and Grace was just hanging out, and then like this random ass bald dude. I don't know if he was bald or like he had like a fade hair, but like he came up to me and he was like that. I don't think you should be hanging out with Grace no more. And my dumb ass did. Instead of hitting him, I ran away like a little girl. Well, not like a little girl, but I just walked away. The way I remember it, either I walked away and I ran away, or I ran away. And that the next thing you know, I look behind, and then Grace just goes up to the guy and just starts yelling at him and shit. I don't know what she was saying, but I remember her yelling at him, like, and then she told me to come back. And then, like, that man just stormed off. I don't know. But then, me and Grace just hanged out for the rest of the day, and after that, my friends, they told me that, or you go to ask Grace out, and I'm like, bro, I can't do it because I already told you the other day. And then, like, one of my other friends, I think his name was Joshua, he went over to Grace and said that, oh, Corian likes you. And I thought she was going to reject me automatically, but I think she said that she liked me too. That's the only reason why she wanted to hang out with me so freaking times. But, yeah, she wanted to hang out with me so many freaking times. So the way I see it was that after Joshua told Grace called me over to the playground, and then you have strict teachers in elementary school. They don't want no kids doing any type of shit, even kissing. Her teacher told me right in front of my face that, oh, I don't want you kissing nobody. I'm like, I don't know why you telling me that, man. So like, I go right under the playground where the teachers couldn't see us, and then like me and Grace just start talking, right? And then like, she scooches over a bit, like closer to me, and I'm like, bro, what's going on? In my head, I said, what's going on in my head? And then like I knew that she wanted to kiss me or something. So like, and then school was about to be over anyway, so I got over with that. So, after that, my scared ass ran away from her, and I went all the way to the water fountain where my friends was hanging out at, and I told my friends that, oh hey, that I can't kiss her, I'm too scared. And that she started walking over because Joshua was like, hey, what happened? And that he just ran away. I think he's just too scared. And then like she came back over. She was walking over to me, and then my friend started grabbing me like I did something wrong. Like three of my friends was behind me, and two of my friends was like grabbing my arms, and then like Grace was getting closer, and like I tried to run away, but I couldn't. she came up to my face. I fell on the ground, hurt my back, and then like she bends over and then she kisses me, like, you know, blows me a kiss, like the way, like, you know, you bend over and kiss somebody. But not, she didn't technically kiss me, but she just blew a kiss at me. After that, she walked away, and then like, you know, I felt super bad about that. So, you know, after that, you know, she wasn't mad at me. It's just like maybe she thought that I wasn't ready. So, you know, after that, you know, so yeah, it was July 11th, 2014. It was the last day of summer school, and I really want to do something. So, you know, me and Grace are just normally hanging out like right after lunch. After lunch, you could go out for recess for about 20-30 minutes. So after that, the next thing you know, like I never expected this. Like I was just hanging out with Grace, and then like the next thing you know, she just kisses me on the cheek, like the left cheek. I remember it too. And then like I was like, what was that for? And then she was like, you know, that I like you. And then like, you know, the guy that, you know, told me off the other day, I teased him that, oh, you know, Grace kissed me. He was like, no, she didn't. And I was like, all right, fine, Grace kissed me again. And with no hesitation, she did it again on the same damn cheek. And then like the guy was just sitting there looking fucking stupid. And then like I didn't feel bad for him at all, because like I was like, that's what you get for like telling me to go off when, like, you know. But, you know, other than that, you know, summer school was really fun in 5th grade. That's the only pro of 5th grade, that, you know, summer school, and I got to experience my first crush, you know. And then, you know, guys, before you get upset, I did kiss her. Right after she kissed me, I went under the playground. I talked to her for a bit. I kissed her on the cheek. Finally, because I had the confidence to, I thought she would go slap me, but she didn't. And then after that, you know, the bell rings. We go back, and then, like, you know, I see her one last time before I go back on the school bus, and then that was the last day we saw each other, and we never saw each other again, which fucking sucks. But, you know, that's the first thing about guys, that, you know, once you experience your first crush, that you're gonna have issues, especially if it's your first crush, whether if it's a guy or girl, you know, and that you should have confidence no matter what. If you need friends, if you need help from your friends, you need help from your friends. So yeah, that's 5th grade. I know I talked a little bit too much, so I'm gonna do it the same thing. That it was God, I hated this grade too, but let's just put in it could have been better. So yeah, that's gonna be 5th grade, guys. Alright guys, that's 5th grade. Now on to 6th grade. In terms of 6th grade was probably it's gonna go in the best grade ever tab, because 6th grade was really smooth, went by really fast. You know, it was fun. For my birthday, we celebrated, had a pizza and everything. You know, 6th grade was probably the best. There was this little like timesheet we had, like, that kept track of like how good we done. So like, put it for this, for example, is that, you know, like depending on each period, like, you know, you'll get like a vote on how good you'll do. Like, you'll get a 1 if you did horrible, you'll get a 5 if you did the best. So, you know, 6th grade was fun, it was smooth, you know, had a lot of fun. So yeah, 6th grade will be getting the best grade ever tab. Alright guys, we are now on to 7th grade. A lot of things to talk about 7th grade. So first, you know, it's middle school. You know, you go from elementary school to middle school, and you know that everything has changed. Is that, you know, that 6th grade now starts in middle school, but, you know, back then when it was like, you know, like 2017, 16, that 6th grade was still technically elementary school, but now they changed it to where 6th, 7th, and 8th grade is middle school. But back then, 6th grade was just elementary school, but probably the hardest out of elementary school. But, you know, 7th grade, it was probably the worst grade ever. One is because, you know, I literally had the worst teacher ever, probably worse than my 8th grade teacher. That, you know, that she was always cruel to me and her students, and that I wouldn't say like cruel, but like, you know, most of the people hated her because like how she'll act towards us. And that, you know, I didn't mind as much, but then, you know, one day that, you know, how you're not able to eat in class, she took like my food, because one, you know, I bought the food and that I wasn't able to eat it, right? So she takes it from my desk, and then like she said I can't have it till like snack time. So like, you know, once you know, she tells me to come get my food, I gently like snatch it from her, like, you know how you snatch things, I snatch it for her, and then like she mumbles ungrateful, and I turn around and I say, what the F flippin' you say to me? And that got me suspended, because the teacher called the principal told me to come there, and that I was really scared, because like, you know, I didn't mean to call the teacher the F word. Like, you know, if I could have just said something better, is like, what the heck did you just say to me? That would have been better. But, you know, I don't know why I cussed out my teacher. You know, I wasn't thinking correctly, and that I got suspended only, I think it was for a day or two for cussing out the teacher, and that I did get in trouble for it, which was really bullshit. And at 7th grade that I really hated my teacher a lot. I hated like the people I was around with, like it was just normal. Like I did like some people in the class, but the rest of the people in the class was just like, just pissing me off. And in terms of like AIDS, we had a good aid. I'll say we have a good aid, but in terms of that, we're the good 7th grade is that I really hated this grade. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did with 6th grade, 1st grade, and then, pre-kindergarten and stuff like that. So yeah, 7th grade will be getting the worst grade ever. And then, yeah, guys, let me know your 7th grade experiences. Alright guys, that is 7th grade. Now on to 8th grade. 8th grade is probably the same as 7th grade, but it was a little more worse because, we have even a more badder teacher, but, I was a bad kid back in 8th grade, so, I can't really blame the teacher. That I could blame myself for that. But, 8th grade in terms of everything, 8th grade was probably the worst out of all of them, it was just middle school. Normally, you'll just see a lot of fights, just a lot of like, bad acting out kids. That's probably similar to me, but 8th grade was just pretty much normal, same as 7th grade, just a little more worse. In terms of like, my teacher, she'll always tease me like well, not tease me, but just like gives me a direct look because like, literally my desk was literally right next to the teacher's desk. So right, like, one day she was buying In-N-Out Burger for like the whole class, right? I'm like, I don't know how you got In-N-Out Burger money to buy shit for the whole class, which was kind of fucked up because, I was actually trying to be good, but like there was something holding me back from being that good kid. And then like, one day that, that she was like that, I'm not buying you In-N-Out because, you wasn't acting correctly. I'm like, do you think I care, bro? I could literally just go to In-N-Out for lunch and just say, haha, I got In-N-Out. She's acting like getting In-N-Out burgers like a reward or something. I get In-N-Out burger like not rarely, but like very often, meaning that I'll probably get it like every 2 months, 3 months. It depends on like how road trips we go. Cause normally when we're on road trips, we'll get In-N-Out burger. Same thing for tacos. Like when a teacher, like she bought like all types of different meats and stuff inside the class, and like we could decorate our tacos. But then I knew she was directly talking to me because like when she said that, that most of you guys will like be getting a taco bar, and then like she said directly to me that, and then that the rest of you will just sit at home and eat with your families. I'm like, why did you mention my family for? Like, you think I care about tacos? Like literally we get tacos every weekend. Like I just don't know why teachers think that when they buy food for their students that they could just tease it to their kids, the other kids that who couldn't get it, because they think that it's really funny and stuff, but it's not funny. So in terms of that, I did graduate middle school in 8th grade. I still have the graduation thing downstairs, which was really amazing. I'll show you guys a picture of that right here. But, in terms of that, 8th grade is also going to be getting the worst grade ever because I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did 1st, 6th grade and these grades right here. Alright guys, we are officially done with elementary school and middle school. We went from pre-K all the way to 6th grade for elementary school and 7th, 8th grade for middle school. And now we are on high school. Oh boy, high school was such a wrath. 9th to 12th grade. Oh my god, who is going to get what? So let's start off with 9th grade. 9th grade, it was a tough year because, I was starting as a freshman, everything was so new, trust me, I did go to summer school before, what you call that? Like, I think every teacher or like the school itself like directs you to go to summer school like before you start high school. So like, you could start like, you could get the teachers mostly, you get used to the school and that you'll know how everything works. So yeah, I'm glad I went to summer school for 9th grade for high school. But in terms of summer school, summer school, it was really easy for 9th grade. I thought it was gonna be hard as hell, not as hard as 11th grade, but it wasn't as hard because put it this way, in 9th grade I had a math teacher and a world history teacher for like summer school. One name was Mr. Gonzalez, the other one was named Mr. Tapia. They was really chill people, and it went smooth. I had Mr. Gonzalez for 2 hours and I had the other math teacher for 2 hours. Math was really boring because we mostly did math. There was computers in the class, but other than that, you just had to sit there for 2 hours, do your math, and after that you just had to sit there until like the bell rings like at 1 o'clock to go home. But the reason why I hated that so much was because like in terms of that, 9th grade, math class, like, it was so boring because, like, you know, I didn't have a phone by then. I didn't get my first phone till like 10th grade. And then, like, you know, well, actually, I did get my first phone in 9th grade, but it wasn't during summer school. It was like when I first started high school, I got my first phone because, you know, it would be really important to have a phone during high school. But, you know, in terms of that, you know, math class, it was boring, but, you know, it was smooth. You know, I did pass that, and I did pass world history. We did like 5 things within the 2 hours, which, you know, after that, then you go to lunch, and then you come back to your other class, and then go home. That's how easy summer school was. And then in terms of actual 9th grade, it was a little rough at first, but then after that, I started getting more used to the school. You know, I did have a couple bullies. You know, 9th grade was really, it was like a train wreck. You know, that there was a lot of like kids like bullying freshmen because they was freshmen, but you know that I knew a lot of people, and that, you know, in terms of that, I did have a lot of teachers. You know, I did have some nice teachers. You know, I did have a math teacher, and I had a couple other teachers. But in terms of that, I don't think I ever had like a really bad teacher. Like, most of my teachers in high school was really well. That, you know, I didn't really have no issues with them. But in terms of 9th grade bullies, you know, there was this one time where I wouldn't call this man my friend no more, but this guy named Benjamin, you know, he was talking a lot of mess about my mom. And then, like, you know, I was a really, like, I had to really sped in 9th grade. I'm about to be really honest with you guys. I had to really sped in 9th grade. Not like sped, like, you know, I'll talk stupid and everything, but like towards the point where, like, if people tell me like stop messing with them, I'll keep messing with them, and like I'll goof around and shit. That's what I mean by like messing around, acting like a sped. But Benjamin said something really fucked up, so after that I said something back to him. And then like some of his friends told him to beat my ass. I thought they was just kidding, but like this man actually started coming up to me, and then like I was scared because then after that he started chasing me. He was running really fast, and then like you have like the gym like locker rooms. I went inside the locker room. I ran inside the locker room. I was knocking on the teachers' doors and tell him that this guy was trying to like beat my ass because, you know, that I never got in an actual fight before. In terms of 5th grade, you know, 5th grade I never had a major fight. There was almost a time where I almost got a fight in 5th grade, but it wasn't temporary. But 9th grade was when in 9th grade he punched me in the ear, and the teachers did not give a shit. I fell on the floor because, you know, it really hurt in my ear really badly. It felt like he was getting stabbed in the stomach and shit like that. So once he punched me in the ear, I was just sitting there in pain on the floor because like I barely couldn't move. Like my whole body was shaking, twizzling and shit. And then like, you know, I'm friends with like my brother's friends because like when I was a 9th grader, my brother was a 12th grader, and like he had friends and I was friends with them. They were seniors, so I pretty much had senior friends. So those 6 senior friends, normally they're the last ones to come out the locker room. So once they saw me on the floor crying and shit, they was like, "Hey, yo, bro, what happened?" It was like that, "Oh, this guy, he was talking shit about my mom, and that he just came in the locker room, just straight up punched me straight dead ass in the ear." And then like they want to go fight him, so they come out, they go look for him. They always wanted to jump him, but like right when he was about to jump him, the teacher blows the whistles and everyone to go to their class. So like the next day, my brother dealt with him, and after that, you know, I never heard from him again. So I guess he moved or something. But, you know, other than that, you know, 9th grade went by pretty smooth. I hated that situation with the whole ear process, getting punched in the ear, because I knew it was not my fault and shit. You know, because, like, this is why you gotta be careful for bullies, because, like, guys, if they talk shit about you guys, just don't take it seriously. Sometimes they joke around, sometimes it can be serious. If it's serious, just, you know, just try to handle it, like, really, like, as an adult, so you don't get punched in the ear just like I did. But in terms of 9th grade, I'm gonna be like, it could have been better, you know. I really didn't hate it, but like it probably would have been higher if I didn't get punched in the ear. So yeah, that's gonna be 9th grade, guys. That's gonna be 9th grade. Alright guys, we are now on to 10th grade. So 10th grade, you know, 10th grade was a little more better than 9th grade because I got a little more mature. There was not as much bullies. I never probably got bullied in 10th grade, you know. I had a relationship in 10th grade, so, you know, it went by pretty smooth. It was fun, you know. So there's really not much to say about 10th grade, just to say that it was easy and stuff. So, you know, I did have a couple issues in 10th grade where I did have one fight. I did have one fight because I got hit in the head with a football because I wasn't paying attention, right? So like this guy just comes up to me walking up the ramp, just kicks me in the head. I got pissed off by that, so I got up, I pushed him, and that's where the fight escalated. I didn't get suspended since it wasn't my fault. Everyone saw what happened. So, in terms of 10th grade, I'm going to give it 50-50. It was just pretty decent, unless for that fight. If I didn't have that fight, it probably would have went in the good tier. Alright guys, we are now on to 11th grade. 11th grade is going to get an instant hated this grade. One is because this was when COVID-19 started, and then like we had to do virtual classes. So pretty much COVID-19 started like in the middle of like, I could say somewhere in March of when I was in 10th grade, but then they let us off for 3 weeks, and after that they just decided to keep us off for the rest of the time. And then like, school started back in August, so pretty much we had like 5 months off of school. But in terms of that, 11th grade, it was really bad because of virtual class. I couldn't see none of my friends. Schools was bullshit. The only thing I actually liked was being able to like sit in my own bed while I was in the classes and stuff. So like I wouldn't have to directly get up, get dressed, get on the school bus, get to school and stuff. But other than that, 11th grade was probably the worst grade ever in terms of like, because you have to do like really hard assignments. You have to have your own pencils, your own papers and stuff. So I had to be a little more responsible for that stuff, which was really pissing me off because like, it was just a full like whole like, you start school from August and in June, and just like it was so cluttered and stuff. You had math class, world history, all that. It was just math class that was pissing me off because like we had these assignments that just didn't make no sense. So yeah, in terms of 11th grade, it was probably the worst grade ever, guys. Alright guys, we are now on a final grade. We are on 12th grade, which is senior year. Oh my god, guys. Senior year was literally, and I have to say literally, the best freaking year ever. One is because I literally never had no issues with nobody. It just really went by smooth. There was this one incident in class, but other than that, it just went by smooth. I had good teachers, I had 2 amazing girlfriends. One in semester 2, one in semester 1. Both of them didn't work out. Well, the one in semester 1, it went by smooth, and then one in 2nd grade, it went by smoother than the first one. But other than that, 12th grade, you had everything you wanted. I was able to go to prom with my date. I was able to go to grad night with my friend. If you guys don't know what grad night is, I'm telling you guys grad night right now. So when you guys are a senior, you know what it is. Pretty much it means like you go like to an amusement park or a theme park or water park, whatever is near your school, and like you'll just stay there pretty much from like 8 p.m. all the way to like 5 o'clock in the morning, and you'll just go home. So pretty much you guys have the parks to yourself to other schools and shit, and it's pretty cool. Grad night was pretty cool for me. Prom was great as well. I did like prom. We went to the zoo, the LA Zoo, for the prom. I was expecting a zoo to be at a prom, but it wasn't really that bad. I think they control the animals because like I never been to the LA Zoo before, so like it was like freaking huge. So have fun with my date. Have fun with my friends. We danced, we partied. We slept on the bus. We didn't get back to the school till like fucking like 12 a.m., which was because like we left the school like at 4, and then prom started like at 8, ended at 10:30. Actually, I think prom was like 4 hours, I believe. So like yeah, I think it started like at 7, ended like at 10, got back on the bus, got back like between 11:45 in the morning. Prom was great, grad night was great, and then graduation, here's my graduation picture, guys. Graduation was also really, really amazing. Got to graduate with my girlfriend, got to graduate with my friend, got to see my family. It was really hard to say goodbye because like it was finally time for me to go away from school, miss all those memories, miss all my friends. And guys, this is why school is really important, because you meet those friends, you meet those teachers, you keep memories, and if you do get in relationships, those relationships could be good, could be cool too. But in terms of school, there's only like 3 important things. Relationships ain't as important because it's only optional. But like, most people will be in relationships in high school. Depends though. Some people will just focus on work. Some people just be in a relationship while they have good grades, bad grades, or whatever. But in terms of that, 10th, 12th grade was really, really fun. We had a lot of parties in 12th grade. At this class, I had my first major like part-time job, which was really amazing. This is why 12th grade was the best grade ever, because of my part-time job. I was getting paid almost $500 a month to work like 2 weeks at a pizza job that was pretty much easy as hell. There was times where I didn't like the job, but there was times where I actually enjoyed the job. It was fun. I was getting free food 4 times a week, and the food was amazing, so that's why I just loved that job. I loved the semester. I love all my friends. I love the relationships I was in, because those are memories you keep on though. So in terms of 12th grade will also be getting the best grade ever, because 12th grade, was the best grade ever. Alright guys, and that's all my list. As you can see, here's my school grades from my experience. As you can see, first 6th grade and 12th grade was the best grade ever for me because they went by pretty much smooth, never had no problems. Good pre-K and kindergarten was good. You know, it wasn't just as good as the best grade ever because there was some issues and stuff I had, and I didn't remember my experience as much. 50-50, this is where, you know, it gets a little more complicated. Like you 50% like the grade and you 50% hated the grade. And then could have been better, you know, 2nd, 3rd grade, 5th grade, 9th grade is when it starts going down and that it starts becoming horrible. And 7th, 8th, and 11th grade is probably just the worst grades in my experience. So yeah guys, if you guys like this list, please make sure to smash the like button. I'm really sorry guys that this was a very long video. If you made it this far, you are a freaking beast. Here's a free cookie for you guys. So if you guys made it this far, please make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down what's your favorite thing of the video. And if you guys have any more experiences, like if you guys have your own school grade experiences, please let me know down in the comments. I'll be gladly to read them, and I can shout you out in the next video if you guys do so. So without further ado, I'm grinding to the top like I'll never go to stop. Man hating on me, you need a cough drop. I'm trying my best, it's hard like a test. Yes, 247, I'm very impressed. Ha, man, doing youth is like a dream come true.